Flamingo Books. Social Studies with Case Studies Series 8. History. Unit 1, Our Past 3, Modern India.
Chapter 3. Civilian Administration and Policies of British Rule. Introduction. Initially arriving as traders seeking profit, the British East India Company transitioned into a ruling enterprise in India. While early officials prioritized personal gain, the company soon focused on annexing territories and establishing an administrative system to control them. This policy aimed to increase trade profits, enhance the profitability of Indian possessions, and strengthen British control. 3 presidencies, Bengal, Bombay, and Madras, were established, followed by the Northwest Province and Punjab as separate administrative units. After the Battle of Buxar, the company appointed residents in Indian states, who initially served as agents but increasingly interfered in internal affairs to further British interests. Regulating Act, 1773. East India Company officials, known as Nabobs, in Britain, exploited their position for personal gain by extracting excessive revenue from peasants and forcing artisans to sell goods cheaply, for their own profitable resale. This led to significant debt for the company. Consequently, due to numerous complaints and to curb the company's monopoly, the British government passed the Regulating Act in 1773. This act made the Governor of Bengal the Governor-General of all British possessions, placing the governors of Madras and Bombay under his authority. Warren Hastings became the first Governor-General, assisted by a council. Pitt's India Act, 1784. In 1784, William Pitt, the Prime Minister of Britain, introduced an act to remove the defects and the drawbacks of the Regulating Act. The act set up a board of control in Britain to regulate the East India Company's civil, military and revenue affairs in India. In India, the Governor-General was given more powers and greater control over the presidencies of Bombay and Madras. He was also made the supreme commander of all British soldiers stationed in India, whether of the company or of the British government. Thus, a system of dual government of British India was begun and continued till 1858. Charter Act, 1813. The various Charter Acts were also directed against limiting the powers of the company. By the Charter Act of 1813, the trade monopoly of the company in India was ended and all British subjects were allowed to trade with India. However, trade in tea and trade with China still remained the company's monopoly. The company was asked to spend 1 lakh rupees on education in India. Charter Act, 1833. The Charter Act of 1833 brought even this monopoly, China trade and tea trade, to an end. Parliamentary control over the company was further increased by the Act of 1853. It empowered the Governor-General in Council to have full authority over all the civil and military affairs of the company's territories in India. The law-making and financial powers were transferred to the Governor-General in Council. A law member was added to the Governor-General's Executive Council. Lord Macaulay was the first to be appointed to the post. Administrative agencies of the company. The East India Company governed through the army, police, civil services, and judiciary. The large army, predominantly Indian sepoys under British command, served to conquer territories, protect British holdings from European rivals, and suppress internal revolts. Lord Cornwallis established a regular police force with thanas, darogas, kotwals, and chowkidars to maintain order, curbing crime but also suppressing nationalist sentiments. Indians faced discrimination in higher police ranks, and the force was often unpopular due to corruption and oppression at lower levels. Cornwallis also initiated the civil service for efficient administration, with strict regulations, better salaries, and promotions based on seniority. Training institutions were established in Calcutta and England. Initially based on nomination, recruitment shifted to open competition in 1853, though higher posts remained reserved for the British. Civil servants managed districts through collectors, revenue and administration, magistrates, law and order, and judges, justice. Initially, the British allowed traditional Indian laws, but the resulting confusion led to the Bengal Regulation Act of 1793, mandating written laws. Indian customs were codified, creating uniform laws. Warren Hastings and Cornwallis structured the judicial system, establishing civil and criminal courts at the district level. The Indian Law Commission codified Indian law in 1833, establishing the rule of law, though in practice, separate courts for the British and Indians persisted.